The Detroit Lions acquired Zadarius Smith at the trade deadline. Detroit general manager Brad Holmes offered a 2025 fifth-round pick and a 2026 sixth-round pick in exchange for Smith and a 2026 seventh-round pick. The move would add much-needed firepower to Detroit after Aiden Hutchinson and Marcus Davenport went down with season-ending injuries. Smith, who has 5 sacks in 9 games with the Browns, will bring another hero to the Chargers' young team. Here's a sampling of national media reactions to Lions trades at the trade deadline. Sports Illustrated. If you're Dan Campbell and your top pass rusher goes down, the tired reaction would be to implore your general manager to scour the NFL for a high-ceiling player who can fill the void left behind by Aiden Hutchinson. The Wired reaction would be to win a bunch of big games anyway and then trade for Zadarius Smith, who has a clear motivation to destroy his 2 most recent former clubs before the Cleveland Browns, which happen to be 2 of Detroit's division rivals. Smith said the Packers made him feel like a nobody after he was injured. He also wasn't happy with his deal with the Minnesota Vikings either. The saltiest team in the NFL just got a whole lot saltier. CBS Sports. A classic win-win deal, but not so much for the Cleveland Browns as the acquiring team and acquired player. Smith wasn't going to be contending for meaningful victories anytime soon in Cleveland, but his relocation to Detroit means a potential Super Bowl bid. The Lions, meanwhile, get a proven pass rusher to fill in for the injured Aiden Hutchinson at a reasonable price. Cheers all around. ESPN. It's tough to imagine a better vibes move than taking your business from the Cleveland Browns to the Lions. Smith enters Detroit as a much-needed savior, as the Lions' pass rush has looked fairly toothless since star pass rusher Aiden Hutchinson went down with a broken leg in Week 6. Smith's best football is likely behind him. His pressure rate of 13.2% this season is the lowest it has been in 3 years, but he's still enough of a force on the outside to beat average tackles on clear rush downs. Of course, he has benefited from playing opposite Myles Garrett since he joined the Browns in 2023. In Detroit, all of the attention will be on him. USA Today. The 3-time Pro Bowler and owner of 65 career regular season sacks moves from perhaps the league's worst team, Cleveland, to maybe its best, Detroit. Lions GM Brad Holmes parted with a pair of Day 3 picks but really needed someone to try and replace injured DE Aiden Hutchinson's production, if only partially. Currently the NFC's projected number 1 seed, the Lions only have 5 sacks in the 3 games since Hutchinson broke his leg, and just 1 over the past 2 weeks.